I feel safe. I feel safe. If in the past couple of weeks I haven't felt safe with these Arsenal players and this Arsenal team, as an Arsenal fan today, after that performance against Bayer Leverkusen, I can say I feel safe. Arsenal had all the business to do today after a 1-1 draw in Germany, and Arsenal took care of business. A professional performance today, 2-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen with Eberechi Eze and Declan Rice producing special strikes. Guys, let's get into this game because this game was fantastic. From an Arsenal perspective, you had one job. Your one job was get through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League and keep your season on track. And they did exactly that. A lot of changes into the game today. Ben White starting, Nkapie starting, Trossard starting, Gyökeres starting. But that team was able to take care of business. What I like that Mikel Arteta added today, there was a lot more pressing, there was a lot more cohesion, and over the past couple of weeks, we'll speak about this guy in more detail towards this video. But Eberechi Eze, I feel like he's starting to understand what is required of him in this Arsenal setup. Today, he was fantastic. He pressed really well. And that goal, guys, like the commentator said, I don't think you can wish for a better first goal in the Champions League than that, because that was a rocket. But guys, let's get straight into it with the tactical analysis and breakdown. Arsenal 2-0 winners against Bayer Leverkusen, 3-1 on aggregate, and Mikel Arteta went with this lineup: Piero Nkapie, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, David Raya in goal, of course, Rice, Zubimendi, Eberechi Eze in the 10, Bukayo Saka, who captained the side at right wing, Leandro Trossard, and Victor Gyökeres at number 9. In terms of lineup, guys, I think Arteta got it correct. Timber has been a bit leggy. Maybe I expected Mosquera to start at right back, but Ben White, I feel today, really helped Bukayo Saka, because in the past couple of weeks, I felt Bukayo Saka needs to start getting into the groove, needs to start picking up form. You know, he hasn't been great. The performance last week against Bayer Leverkusen wasn't great, but today he picked it up. As you guys can see, 8.4 match rating today, and I think part of the reason why he did really well today was because he had Ben White on his flank, overlapping, creating attacking threats, and he seems to be in sync with Ben White. So we don't know, maybe that might be something Arsenal is looking to and in the running this season, to see how Ben White and Saka, this partnership, can help Arsenal over the line. But guys, let's talk about, I know most of you that clicked on this video, you want me to get into this and talk about this player, Eberechi Eze. What a strike, what a goal, to receive it on the half turn. The ball bops up, and I remember one of my soccer coaches from when I was younger told me that the best players take it on the first time. The best players, when that ball pops up, they know they don't need to take a touch. You know, you've heard that phrase that a player's eyes lights up. That's exactly what happened for Eberechi Eze, and that ball flew into the back of the net. Nothing the Bayer Leverkusen goalkeeper could do about that. And a goalkeeper who, up until that point, it might have been one of those nights where, oh, this guy could save the Titanic. This guy had, 6 saves already? But Eze, man, what a strike. What a strike. He puts Arsenal 1 goal ahead in the first half, and what happens? They take care of business. The second half comes in, Declan Rice makes it 2-0. And guys, Declan Rice, I've seen a lot of people talking about how Rice, maybe he's average, maybe you don't really see the effect that he has on the game, that you don't really watch Declan Rice and feel like, you know, he's the best player in the Premier League. That's why he shouldn't be PFA Player of the Year. Guys, when you watch Declan Rice, right, as an Arsenal fan, we all know how important this guy is to the Arsenal system. What he does for Arsenal week in, week out, I don't think you can quantify it into words. Every Arsenal fan knows right now that the worst nightmare is not if Bukayo Saka goes down. It's not if Gyökeres goes down. It's not if Zubimendi goes down. It's not if Gabriel Saliba goes down. Our worst nightmare is if this guy Declan Rice goes down with an injury, because I'm telling you guys, when he carries the ball, his ball striking, when he takes set pieces, guys, he's so dangerous. And don't get me started on defensively as well. He's so reliable. So Declan Rice today, again, as you can see, highest rated player for the game on FootMob, 8.7 match rating. He barely put a foot wrong today, and that finish from outside the box. You know, People don't really see Declan Rice as this kind of technical player. But guys, that was a la Toni Kroos today. What a finish. From outside the box, passes it into the net. The ball goes out of the post and curls back in. That's something that you associate with a guy like Toni Kroos. And for Declan Rice and me to be putting Declan Rice in such conversations, you just know how good he is as a football player. But yes, guys, what a performance. I will give credit to Blaswich today, who had, what was it? The final count, 10 saves, guys. 10 saves from Yanis Blaswich today. In the first half, before Eze scored that goal, in the back of my mind, I was kind of feeling, could this be one of those games where the opposition's goalkeeper just stifles this Arsenal side and we're not able to get a result? But no, that was not the case. Arsenal were able to pull it through. But credit to this guy. He had a fantastic performance. Look at all these saves. And look at what beat him. Look at what beat him. The top left corner, the bottom right corner. And I think those 2 goals, no goalkeeper in world football saves that. But yeah, Arsenal. What I will say about this team and the way Mikel Arteta set up today, right, is the pressing from the front was fantastic. I think in the first half, Arsenal forced Bayer Leverkusen into a lot of mistakes, and that came from the pressing. Gyökeres, Eze, Saka, Trossard, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice, they were all in sync in terms of Bayer Leverkusen, you can have the ball, but when we press you and try and win the ball so you're out of shape. A lot of times in this Arsenal team this year, you've seen Arsenal kind of play against teams where they're comfortable, they're in shape. But if you see today, Arteta said, you guys can have the ball, we'll win it back and put you under pressure where you're not in shape. And that worked to a T. I think the possession stats today, maybe Bayer Leverkusen had more possession than Arsenal. Let's look at it. Bayer Leverkusen, 58% possession. You see? But what does the stats say? 9 shots, 1 big chance. Arsenal 21 shots. So I think Arteta is finally finding a mix where it's like he can say to these lesser teams and this, less superior teams who are not as good as Arsenal, you guys can have the ball, but we'll win the ball back through our pressing in dangerous areas. And that's exactly what they did today. And from a tactical standpoint, that's what worked for Arsenal today. But then again, I have to give credit to some more people in this Arsenal side. First of all, Zubimendi, you had a game today. Round of applause for Zubimendi, a guy who has been coming under a lot of criticism over the past couple of weeks. I feel like today was one of the days where he was so comfortable in the midfield. And anyone who knows me, I love defensive midfield players because I play defensive mid myself. So when I see players who receive the ball with the nice body shape, who knows what's exactly happening behind them, and they're able to take the ball, find players. And I think Zubimendi did that comfortably today. He was playing in the pockets, playing in between the lines, spreading the ball out for Saka, spreading the ball out for Trossard. And Trossard today was coming in midfield as well, interchanging with Zubimendi. I really like the setup today. And you see this defense here, guys. I can call out any of them today, but Saliba, Gabriel, Nkapi, Raya, they dealt with everything that came their way from Bayer Leverkusen today. And Arsenal, fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. As an Arsenal fan, it's getting a bit interesting because now you've taken care of business. Bayer Leverkusen is out of the way. You know it's Sporting in front of you. And Arsenal, if I'm one of the players, right, I saw Eberechi Eze's interview after the game where it's like, oh yeah, we're looking to the next game. And I believe that that's the right mindset where you're not thinking too ahead. But as a fan, I can't help but think ahead that anything less than a semi-final in the Champions League for Arsenal will be a failure of a season. But yes, guys, today they got the job done. Declan Rice, Eze, fantastic. That back four, Nkapi, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, Ben White, fantastic. And all the guys that came on. You know what? You can't really sing enough praises for this Arsenal team. I feel like a lot of Arsenal fans get caught into the mindset of when we play well, you're reluctant to give your team flowers. But guys, I'm telling you today, give these guys flowers. They played really well today. They got the job done. They're on to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Man City on Sunday, which will be interesting. But yeah, credit Mikel Arteta. Credit everyone on Arsenal. What a game today. But yes, guys, if you enjoyed that recap, enjoyed that analysis, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. I'll be coming out this week with a lot more content. Look forward to Arsenal versus Manchester City Carabao Cup final preview, which will be coming out later this week. But hey, all Arsenal fans tonight, enjoy your evening because your team took care of business. I'll see you guys later in the next one, and goodbye.